Hey guys, so it's the morning after now, so hopefully I'll get all my stuff correctly put out in the right timeline. My memory's a little bit terrible, as you all know, but let's get into it. So last night we had a pretty interesting game. The party started out in Ka, the name of the Orc and Elven village, as we finally decided. Did a little downtime activities, a little this and that, you know. Met the local blacksmith, a orcish fellow named Ashen, named after the gray orcish color of his skin there, who we discovered is absolutely racist. He saw Brian's gnomish character in there, and I was like, you know what? Let's make an interesting thing. Let's just make him racist as shit against somebody in the party, and as luck would have it, the gnome. So he starts talking shit about the gnomes. He's like, yeah, these little gnomish people, they try to tinker with my stuff. They're terrible. You know, I was thinking, you know, guys who pick locks and stuff, since there wasn't a rogue at the time, gnomes would be perfect. Yeah, that felt really bad. So anyway, we did that. The party did a few downtime activities, organized their efforts in the village and such. Actually hired a maid for the longhouse there. So there's a maid that guards the stuff, stores it, things like that. You have an active person going on there. And while I was talking about it, I was like, oh, she also receives your mail. Everybody's like, wait, we get mail? The world's an apocalypse. Why do we get mail? Yeah, so apparently you're going to get mail at some point. I'm going to send like loads of junk mail. It'll be great. So anyway, party leaves there, starts heading down towards Bale after a week. Oh, almost forgot to mention, the two were-jaguars they built a cage, put the were-jaguars in there, give them catnip. It was great. They were fine. So party's heading down to Bale. Along the trip, we actually have a spirit come pop out of the ground. And it's got like this horrible skull going on, like Grim Reaper with giant tusks as well. I mean, nasty character, flies around. He starts threatening the party for the killing of Kevin the Idiot, as he calls him, saying that Hastrugal is not happy with them, and just starts trying to beat the hell out of the party. Well, the party ends up defeating him after a couple of rounds, and when he drops to the ground, his skull drops, and it turns into a giant obsidian skull of the Shadow Beast that slowly lets out smoke, which Randall thought was cool as shit, so he took it with him. And everyone else is like, really? Really, Randall? You're gonna bring the evil skull? Okay. So that's how that happened. So the party starts heading down. They get down to Bale. They meet the town guard. Town guard, not too hip with them. They start getting a weird vibe off of this guy, and he won't let them go directly to see Longtooth. Party's like, what's going on? So they start looking into it, going around town. Turns out there's an election. Another vampire has come to town to challenge Longtooth. All right, he's as old as Longtooth, and he has a right to the governance of the town. And this guy, he's very anti-human, anti-living creatures. You know, he's like, vampires are superior. You know, we deserve to be in charge. I happen to know where the city is. Let's mount up and go take it over, you know? So, party gets involved and everything, and they go see the captain of the guard. And the captain of the guard explains the situation of like, look, Longtooth's got a real threat here. We got to deal with it. We got to clear Longtooth's name and make him look good again, okay? Because people are losing confidence in Longtooth. And B, we got to take care of this situation with, as we called him at the time, Mr. F. That was his running nickname throughout most of the session. So the party starts investigating, find out he's actually in a tavern. They head there. They start doing a little digging. Murphy actually finds a letter to Fauzen, or Mr. F, from Longtooth threatening to kill him, which the party takes a look at, and they're like, no, rip. Destroy the evidence. Alright, so they do that. Ruben and Daly, they head out to the farm, start investigating this farm, trying to find out the murders that had happened beforehand. Okay, and they get some really weird information. The corpses, they had their heads blasted off with some kind of fire, which is a way to kill the vampires in this world. And the rest of the party goes into the tavern, and while they're in there, we got Brian doing some musical stuff, a little carousing, a little finding out of information. Daly and Ruben rejoin the group, and Daly does a detect magic. There's something really, really, really magical under the bar. Nobody really knows what it was. Unfortunately, dipped a little bit into meta knowledge here, but Ruben goes behind the bar, and he goes ahead and he lays hands on it and tries to remove it with the sleight of hand. Has a really bad check, gets caught. Turns out it's like a giant stun rod for the barkeep. So he casts his spell on it, fucks up Ruben really bad. Mr. F comes out and he's like, we're going to chop off Ruben's finger for doing this, you know? And Daly and the other party members are like, whoa, hold on, you know? And they manage to talk Mr. F down. And so instead, Mr. F just snaps his finger and sends him on his way. Well, some of the party, which was Tim, Randall, and the new hireling that we have, had agreed to meet up with these guys, and in doing so, Tim accepted the chance of ultimate power. He wanted to go meet Mr. F privately and get turned into an elder vampire. Well, as he's going up to meet him, Daly found out that Mr. F is not in fact a vampire, but actually a Mindflayer. Freaking phenomenal. Love Mindflayers. They're brain-eating motherfuckers. They're great. So, Tim, knowing this meta-knowledge, is like, shit. And in the most badass choice of roleplay, knowing that he is going to go in a room alone with a Mindflayer, Tim accepts his fate and walks in there and roleplays it out and gets his brains eaten like a fucking boss. Anyway, this is the end of the memory for my damn phone right now, so I'm sorry I didn't get more of everybody's stuff in here, but I've got about 13 seconds left. Don't forget, we got a Discord invite up on Facebook. We're switching to that because things work better there for D&D. It's about to run out of time. You guys, I'll catch you later.